Hello, hello. How's everyone doing? Let me know in the comments if you can actually hear me right now. I hope this is working. So it's Monday, and that means we're going to be doing our goals and productivity Q&A, and we're going to get started on that in just a minute. But first of all, I have a really, really important announcement for everyone. You might have already seen it in the Facebook group here or on Instagram, but essentially, a lot of my clients, they're working to get more productive, and we always start with their goal setting to make sure that their goals are really clear and that they're taking action towards their goal. And what do you think the main goal everyone wants is? Well, it is usually getting a job. Everyone wants to upgrade, get a better job. Here's my cat interrupting me yet again. Someone just commented on YouTube the other day, seems like you really like cats. But it's more that the cats like me because they're the ones who love to interrupt my videos. So yeah, as I was saying, the main goal that people come to me for is to upgrade their careers. So to get a job, to get a raise. A lot of them are either trying to break into an industry. So for instance, they might have done their studies, they have their undergrad, they have their masters, they've done, 3, 4, even 5 internships, and still they cannot bridge that gap between intern and just professional. So they come to me for help with that goal to get the job that they want and start being treated like, a normal professional and not just an intern. And then I also have some clients who come to me because maybe they're a little bit older and they've been pigeonholed where they are. So they're a professional, but they've been 10 years in the same position and they feel like they've just been pigeonholed there and they can't upgrade to something different. Or even people who are older and have been maybe out of their industry for a while and want to get back in, and they feel like they're not going to get respected because the work belongs to younger people, and due to their age, they need a different way of marketing themselves. So people come from different places, but overall, the main goal is, to upgrade their career, to get a better job, to get a raise, etc. So what I have done was I've listened to you, I've seen what your main goal is, and for January 2018, I've decided to create a new program that utilizes all of the productivity principles that we talk about, but that is specifically tailored towards getting you the job that you want in 2018. So, I keep hearing over and over again, how did you manage to move abroad? How did you manage to get that international job? How do you do the things that you're doing? So this course is going to specifically look at that. It's going to get really, really clear on what your goal actually is. And then we're just going to work towards it and knock that off your goals list. So you can finally stop sitting and waiting and hoping and just being in that kind of trap of, I'd like this to happen, but maybe it's not realistic. Maybe I'm too old. Maybe I don't have enough experience. Like I hear people talking about, oh, maybe I should go study another language so that I can finally get a job. And it's like studying a language is amazing. I love languages. I think that they are so amazing to learn, but I would never tell you that you should go learn a language in order to get a job. Like that's going to take you a really long time. There are way more direct ways to get there. So, if you're sick and tired of the job you currently have, you're sick and tired of your cubicle space, or, the people that you're working with, or your job is fine, but you've just been doing it for too long, you want to do something new, then DM me right away, send me a message. Don't wait until the end of this video. Let me know what your situation is and we'll talk about it and we'll see if I can help, because life is too short to be staying in this kind of situation. And the reason I am so passionate about this is because I have seen people who just either they've been doing internships over and over again and they still are like, oh, when will I have enough value to get a real job? And it's like, you have the value now, you just need the right strategy. Or they feel like they're just stuck and they just have to accept that, this is the job they have. That's how they've been pigeonholed. They need to just stay that way forever. And it's such a shame to see this. And I don't want it to happen to you. So send me a message if you're curious about this new program and we will discuss. Just don't message me if you're one of these people who is really stuck in your comfort zone. I get that too, where people are like, oh, cool new program. Some people have already messaged me saying, wow, what's this program? Sounds interesting. And I'm like, oh, well, it's to help you get your dream career, dream job, make major breakthroughs in your life. And they're like, oh, okay, well, I can't do that because, and they give me some weird random excuse. I'm like, okay, well, if you don't want to get out of your comfort zone, don't tell me that this is your dream, because you're, just might as well get rid of that dream, because clearly you're not going to take any actual action towards it. So if you don't want to get out of your comfort zone, please don't bother messaging me. But if you really are serious and you really do want more information about whether this could help you, whether this could help make what you want actually happen, then do message me. So let's go ahead and get started with some of the questions that I've received from you this week. So just in case you haven't been here on this Q&A before, what I do is every Monday, in order to start off the week on the right foot, I answer some of your questions related to productivity, your goals, your work-life balance, that kind of thing. So if you have any questions, definitely send them in, and I will answer them the following Monday. And you can send those to me via YouTube, if you're watching this now on YouTube, via Facebook in the Facebook group, or you can just private message me on LinkedIn or Facebook or what have you. Take your preferred method. So for this week, one of the questions I have is how to get a job if you are not the right nationality. So I'm not sure exactly what they mean with this question, but if you're talking about getting a job in a country where you're a foreigner in that country, then that's a good question, because this is something that I hear a lot, that someone says, well, I'm living in this place, but I'm here on a student visa, and how am I going to be able to get a job when other people in this country are actually from that country? And there is discrimination for sure, that some people don't want to hire foreigners and stuff like that. And I've gotten that as well, where people are like, oh, you're I don't even know what I am anymore, but people see whatever passport I have on my CV. And I've heard weird stuff like, oh, we have so many other Portuguese coming to us for jobs, or you should say you're Canadian because that's like from a richer economy or something, so maybe you'll have better job prospects, like crazy stuff like this. But none of that really matters unless you tell yourself that it matters. It's all in the way that you're marketing yourself and in knowing your own value. So that's why in this new course that I was talking about before, we're going to get really, really clear on our marketing messages. We're going to really understand what it is that we're bringing to the table. And nationality is probably not going to be one of those things. So you won't really have to worry about your nationality, because if they really want you, then that's something that is going to be figured out. Okay. So is 3 months too short to ask for a raise? I just joined my company in September and my evaluation is coming up in December. What should I ask for? So, there is no time period that's a good time period for a raise. But a performance evaluation is obviously a really, really good opportunity for that. So I would recommend definitely discussing it. Even if you're not able to ask for it, then you should at least discuss it, bring it up, have that difficult conversation, because the more you talk about it, the more comfortable your employer is going to feel. Because if you're feeling uncomfortable asking about your own salary raise, probably your employer feels just as uncomfortable. It's not like employers love talking about your salary either. For them, they might think it's an awkward conversation. So if you bring it up and you make it sound not awkward, then it's something that they're also getting used to, and they won't be afraid of talking about money with you, which is really, really important. I mean, when you have an employer-employee relationship, it should be kind of natural to talk about money. Like it's kind of an important part of your job. I'm not saying it's, salary is all that matters, but it's obviously an important factor, and it's an important measure of value, right? So it's very important to start talking about that with your employer so that both of you get comfortable with having that conversation. Okay, another one. How can I be productive when I have a lot of personal issues going on in my life? That's a really good question. And I've had, clients who are like, well, maybe it's not a good time to do the program right now because I have a lot going on in my personal life, or, oh, sorry, I couldn't do an assignment because I had a lot of stuff going on. And, on one hand, I can I feel bad for these people and I want to say it's fine, don't worry about it, like just do the assignment whenever you're ready kind of thing. But then my productivity brain kicks in and I remember, wait a minute, we all have stuff going on all the time. Like life always happens. There's never going to be a time when things are all perfectly aligned and, you're not feeling tired, you're well rested, and all your friends are happy with you. You haven't offended anyone lately, and your boss is happy with you, and your partner's happy with you, and no family members are sick. Everyone is in perfect health. Everything is perfect. It doesn't happen. Stuff is, as soon as everything's perfect, something's going to go wrong. So that's why it's so important to set yourself up with systems that are adaptable, and that you don't just call off everything or sabotage everything whenever something goes wrong, even if it's something really, really big. So I read a book recently that kind of opened my eyes to this. And it was kind of about how we approach different situations in our lives. And essentially, it was just explaining that when something really bad happens, like even if it's really, really bad, like your best friend dies or, something serious, even then, it doesn't mean that we should just stop everything. Like that bad occurrence is energy, and you have to let it flow through you, and you have to deal with it and let it flow out of you. So obviously, if something big happens, it's going to take you more time to deal with that energy, but you want to make sure that the energy isn't blocked, and you want to make sure you're not using these occurrences as excuses not to keep moving forward in your life. So yes, there are some things that are going to happen, and then you have to reprioritize. You have to say, look, I was going to do this, I was going to work on this, but right now my priorities have changed because something big has happened. But there's a big difference between reprioritizing, saying, look, I need more time for myself, something serious has happened, I need to deal with this, and I need to give myself the space and time. There's a big difference between that and just giving yourself an excuse that, oh no, obviously I can't do anything because this happened. So yeah, I hope that makes a bit of sense. Maybe I went off a bit on a tangent there. Okay, so that's all the questions we have time for today. But I would encourage you to send any questions you can think of to me, and we will answer them next Monday. So I hope you have a great start to the week. And as I mentioned before, if you are someone who is interested in getting an international career, if this is a dream of yours, and if it's something you have not achieved yet, then definitely message me and we'll see if I can help you. So have a great week, and we will see each other very soon.